Fork in the Road with Chef Garrett is brought to you by Visit Knoxville. Surrounded by natural beauty and filled with over 600 restaurants, from the bohemian to the upscale, Knoxville is a mix of small town charm and big city fun. To learn more about where to play, stay, dine, and all the events Knoxville has to offer, visit knoxville.com. And by viewers like you, thank you. So we deep fry the sprouts. Now, breadcrumbs, batter, or just... So here we are in downtown Knoxville. I'm on Gay Street, and who'd have thought it? Sacre bleu! The French market. We're serving French crepes inside. Susan and Alan Tate are the crepe masters in here. They're serving terrific cuisine. I want to go in. Maybe they'll make us a couple. Susan, how are you?
Hey, Chef Garrett, how are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm glad to see you've slowed down a wee bit since lunch. It was crazy in here.
It was a crazy lunch today.
Yeah, nice and busy.
Yeah, nice and
Just
busy.
how you like it.
We love it.
So tell us a little bit about a French creperie in downtown Knoxville.
Well, my husband and I spent a couple of winters in Paris, and we wanted to have a creperie just like the one down the street
Oh, you
in
brought
our neighborhood.
a bit of Paris back with you, is that it? All right, that's Alan, your husband, yes? He's the crepe master here, is he not?
He is. Would you like to join him?
I would.
Make a crepe?
I would indeed. Let's
Okay.
go creping, shall we?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. How you doing, Alan?
Hi, Chef. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. You got to spin some crepes for me.
Let's do it.
All right, very good. What do we have on there?
This is grapeseed oil.
Okay.
And we use grapeseed because it's good to 500 degrees before it smokes, and our crepe griddles are 400.
Sure, and it has no taste.
No taste. And we have two different kinds of batter here. We have a traditional white flour batter, and then we have a buckwheat batter.
Right.
About 5 ounces of the batter. We have a little stick.
Oh yeah.
French
That's
designed a
very
little
handy.
spreader.
Looks like the thing they use on the ice hockey rink.
Interesting little thing here. You know, I don't know who came up with it, but it works fantastic.
He's a genius, whoever he was.
We're going to do one more on this side here, if you like.
Right. Oh yeah, we're double-barreled here.
We'll do a sweet and a savory. How's that?
Terrific.
And this is the buckwheat flour.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a little thicker and a little nuttier.
Sure.
And
It's got a slightly different aroma, I can see.
And it's a gluten-free product. People that don't like wheat. And it works the best for savory crepes. And after about a minute and a half or so, they're ready to flip over.
Ooh, that's beautiful. And fast.
Fast.
Super fast.
Very fast.
How hot do these things get?
These are 400 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. And the traditional can be a sweet or a savory, depending on what you want it to be. You pick them up and fold them in half for sweets, because the syrups from the sweet will soak through and make it stick to the griddle.
Oh, I see.
We'll do a classic that everybody likes or everybody knows.
Chocolate hazelnut, yeah.
The Nutella spread. Works great. Give it a second and it starts to melt down real fast on the crepe. We can actually do 4 crepes at one time on these two little griddles. So, hazelnut. And how about some fresh strawberries on this one?
That sounds like a plan. Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's looking good.
And
one more flip, of course, yeah.
Just a little fold.
Oh, that's nice. Great presentation.
We plate them, pick them up, 2-inch spatula, and while we're doing that,
flip
we'll
the other
move
guy.
this one over, spread him out, and we set this one off to one side with a little powdered sugar.
Oh yeah, that looks good. You probably don't want to leave it too close to me though.
And a little whipped cream. And there's a Nutella and strawberry crepe.
Let's do the entree.
And this is the main entree, which is a savory crepe. So it's buckwheat. It has Swiss cheese that we use. It's the closest we can find to the Gruyere, without $19 a pound Gruyere.
And you'd have $25 a piece crepes.
Fresh baby spinach.
Lovely.
Some Roma tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
We'll do a roast beef that we slice here on premise.
Very nice.
It's a whole roast, carving roast. Some red onions.
Wow, it's a big portion.
A little bit of seasoning. As soon as the cheese melts over, we give it a flip.
Sure.
It can sit on the griddle and warm up. You can actually slide it off to one side and we can start another crepe at the same time. But on the roast beef, as soon as it's ready to go, it starts to toast up. You give it a fold.
Gets the other fold.
The savory crepes are a big meal. People ask if you get chips or salad with them, and
you don't need one.
You really don't need it. We add a little horseradish sauce to this we make here on site. We take a raw horseradish root, mix it with some French mustard and a few other secret ingredients.
Of course.
Hey, excuse me for reaching behind you.
Sure.
And there's one of our most popular roast beef in Swiss.
That's beautiful.
Nice crepe.
Excellent job. So here we go. It's my favorite part of the show. Okay. Because it's the type of guy I am, we're starting with dessert first. Oh, well, here we go. You ready? I'll tell you what. The crepe, it isn't that nasty, eggy type of crepe that you're so used to getting. It's light, it's absolutely delicious, it's not too sweet. The filling is wonderful, the berries are fresh, and you pardon me if I stop talking because I'm eating some more. Absolutely wonderful. Great job, Alan. Beautiful job. Beautifully presented, nicely done. My hat's off to you. It's like taking a trip back on the metro in Paris. Well, that was absolutely terrific. Alan and Susan are really doing a fantastic job in there. Well, next stop downtown is going to be the Bistro at the Bijou. Come on. I'm standing here on Gay Street in the heart of downtown Knoxville. I'm outside the historic Bijou Theatre. Right next door is the Bistro. It's one of the most renowned restaurants in the downtown scene. It's been here a long time, and it's owned and operated by Martha Boggs. She's expecting us. She's got something really nice to show us. Hi, Martha. How are you doing?
Hi, Chef Garrett.
Good to see you, darling.
You too.
Well, everybody knows Martha Boggs is a mainstay in the downtown Knoxville area on the restaurant scene. How long have you been here?
I've been at the Bistro since 1993 and the owner since 2009.
So you started out working, and you liked your job so much you went ahead and bought the place. Is that the deal?
Yeah, I sure did. Loved the place, loved the customers.
Yeah, you must, and you're still doing it.
Yes, sir.
Still doing it, and going strong from all reports, I hear. So, you know, what I hear is you like to do a lot of seasonal and local stuff on your menu. Menu changes.
Yes, we change our menu 3 times a year to take advantage of the local produce that's coming in seasonally because it tastes better.
Things are a little slim at the moment because it's cold outside, but we still have some nice stuff going.
Right now we've got a lot of collard greens coming in. We also have Swiss chard.
Yeah.
Beets are coming in, a few carrots, a little bit of leaf lettuce, and Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. My favorite vegetable. I can't give them away in my restaurant. Nobody eats Brussels sprouts for some reason and I think it's because they've only ever had them the one way, which is boiled and horrible.
And their mom made them eat them.
That's right. So you got a nice way to make Brussels sprouts. You can turn people's opinion around, you think?
We sure do. We do them a little bit different here, and even people that have said how much they hate Brussels sprouts, they change their mind after they try the way that we fix them.
All right. Well, then I'm going to have you show me some Brussels sprouts back in the kitchen. You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jan, let's go do it. All right, we are Brussels sprouting.
We have Brussels sprouts. Okay, Brussels sprouts is a beautiful plant when they're growing. They're up on a big old stalk, and it's a big plant like a
It's like a
cabbage.
Christmas tree thing.
Yeah, like cabbage. They're a brassica. But what we do is we cut the bottoms off, cut them in half.
Take that bitterness in the blanch.
And then blanch them. And then we blanch them off.
Okay.
You want to get them done.
All the way?
Al dente.
Okay, sure.
Al dente.
Oh yeah, so they need a few minutes in there. Okay, so we're just about there?
Yeah, nice and al dente.
Right. Out they come, gorgeous and bright green, lovely.
Beautiful. Now, if you want, you can put these in an ice bath and stop the cooking
But you actually want these to cook just a wee bit
yeah,
more, correct?
they can steam off and finish cooking in their own heat here.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful this time of year. Sometimes you'll get really big ones. The smaller ones are a little bit sweeter.
I think so too.
The bigger they get, they'll get a little bitter on you. And then what we do to these, it makes them so much more palatable to the
Yes.
American diet as we deep fry them.
So we deep fry the sprouts. Now, breadcrumbs, batter, or just...
No, they're just going to go straight in.
Right.
The oil, then oil is good and hot and the proper temperature. It doesn't sog in.
Right.
The moisture
Just
sinks
crisp.
out, and it's going to leave these crispy and brown and delicious.
Sounds great.
Yeah? All right.
Let's do it.
Get some of our sprouts here.
That's just a wee bit of water.
Just a wee
the
bit.
steam of the
And
sprouts causing
put it
trouble.
in the fire.
There they go, right in.
Right in.
What are we cooking at? About 350,
It's
365?
350, and we use canola oil. Just straight
Nice
up
and
canola
clean.
oil, nice
Lovely.
and clean. Works for everything. You don't have to worry about peanut allergies or
Right, and you get a lovely clean taste. You know, there's no aftertaste from the oil. Oh yeah, they're getting nice and brown in there.
Get
Look
nice
at
and
that.
brown, and some of the outer leaves come off, and
Yeah.
you get all crispy and
Yeah,
brown,
yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
Brussels sprout potato chips.
yeah,
Awesome.
sprout chips.
Yeah.
Lovely. They look great.
And another nice brown.
Oh yeah, I can actually hear that they're crisp.
Uh-huh.
They're making it, yeah, that little crispy
Little
noise.
shake. Okay, good to go. So,
Right into the bowl.
yeah, just a little bit of the oil off there.
Sure.
And for the appetizer,
Wow.
we just take these and then we top them with some Benton's ham,
Oh yeah,
made by our friend Alan Benton down in Madisonville, Tennessee.
absolutely.
It's a beautiful smoked country ham. He's removed the bone from this, and I like to use it just like prosciutto. So then we're just going to top our Brussels sprouts
Well, that is definitely the taste of Tennessee
with
right
some
there.
slivers there.
That's beautiful.
I bet some Italian lady somewhere thought of that first. But
Well, you
I'm
can
glad
steal
to
it. I'm
use
not
it
gonna.
here.
I'm not gonna tell anybody. You can steal it.
And next we've got some shaved
Oh.
Parmesan,
Beautiful shaved parm.
some nice
Oh, it's
shaved parm,
gorgeous.
and that's your appetizer.
Favorite part of the job. All right, here we go. Are you join me? Look at that. 3 simple ingredients.
Delicious, nutty.
Wow. Doesn't need any salt or anything else because you got the cheese and the ham. Adding that little bit of salt. I tell you what, this is absolutely gorgeous. The sprouts themselves, out of this world. I mean, they are nutty and crisp and just delicious. And the inside has got that soft. It's really, really good.
The strength of the flavor of the Brussels sprout actually acts as a seasoning in this, so you don't need to add a lot of salt or other things.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, that is an absolutely great dish. Well, that's what keeps them coming back, Martha. That's why you're the hit of the town, you know. And Martha really is. I mean, when you talk to people in Knoxville, you've been here a long time, huge reputation. You do a great job in this town. Everybody loves you. I see why. It's a great dish. You did a great job. Congratulations, Don. Well, that was absolutely terrific. Martha is a real sweetheart. I want to see what the rest of downtown Knoxville has to offer us. So let's go. Well, I'm here at the site of what is actually the most recent revitalization project here in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm on the 100 block of Gay Street. I'm standing outside Knox Mason. And with these revitalizations, there often comes a renaissance of great restaurants and great young chefs. We're going to meet Matt Gallaher in here. Terrific young chef's going to show us some things. Matt, how you doing?
Hey, Garrett, nice to see you.
Good
Welcome.
to see you. How's it going?
Very well, very well.
Well,
thanks.
you're the talk of the town. You're the enfant terrible of the restaurant scene here in downtown Knoxville.
I think that's a compliment.
It is a compliment. I know I said it with an accent. I didn't want to disturb you there with that. But all right, you've got a great place here. Brand new. It's rocking and bopping. You got some interesting things on the menu.
Right? I
Want to
think
show
so.
me something?
Sure.
All right,
do it.
let's go back.
Warm winter salad?
Let's do it. Okay, Matt, this is your warm winter salad.
That's right.
Okay, now this is a take on an older southern recipe, am I right?
This is our winter version of what's traditionally called a kilt salad or killed salad, where they take the first soft, tender spring lettuces, spring onions, hard-cooked egg, and bacon. Take warm bacon fat with a little bit of vinegar in it, throw it over the top, eat it right away.
It has a wilting effect on the
Exactly,
lettuces.
exactly.
Beautiful. Okay, well, show me. This looks great.
All right, we'll start with the vinaigrette. First would be 2 tablespoons of Texas olive oil. This is an unfiltered Arbequina olive oil.
Look at the color of that.
From Texas, delicious. About a tablespoon of Benton's bacon fat.
Oh, excellent.
A couple of teaspoons of sherry vinegar.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and add the reserved lardons from the...
Right, so that's some good rendered...
That's right.
Benton's bacon?
Benton's bacon.
Wow, I can smell it from here.
Woo. To that, we add some fairly chunky shallots.
Lovely.
I like the texture that they give in the final dish. Season with a little salt. The bacon and bacon fat are salty, so not too much.
Sure.
A couple of twists of the pepper grinder.
Yep.
And we can
mix.
Doesn't have to be emulsified. It could just be mixed. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too complicated.
Okay, so we essentially have a bacon vinaigrette.
That's right.
Great.
All right. Next step. Turn around here to my pan. Make
Right.
sure it's on the heat. Take a piece of wheat toast. This is from Flourhead Bakery here in Knoxville.
Butter it up.
A little bit of butter on one side.
Onto the grill.
On the grill.
Yeah.
The greens we use are, because this is a winter version, we use heartier greens than the traditional recipe. So this is some kale that we've picked through, and frisee.
And frisee, yeah, frisee lettuce, beautiful.
And I can start this in a dry pan. As long as the pan's not too hot, it'll just kind of start to wilt on its own.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay.
So that's going there.
And then you hit it with some of that beautiful vinaigrette.
Right. So we have this chunky, lovely, smoky vinaigrette.
Oh, I love it. Great aroma already.
Right.
Woo. Yeah.
So we'll let that go for a little bit in the pan, wilt down just a touch. We don't want to cook it till it's too limp. We want some texture.
Absolutely.
A little bit of body. Check our toast.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're looking for there.
You know, back in Ireland, that's how we make toast in the mornings. Fried bread.
Right? Did y'all do soldiers?
Oh, absolutely.
Eggs and soldiers?
Absolutely. Matt has been to Ireland.
That's right.
In fact, Matt has been everywhere because he used to do, he was a personal chef for a lot of the traveling bands, very famous bands too. So he's cooked for a lot of very famous people.
So, first step, toast on the plate.
Toast on the plate.
We're going to add a touch more of the vinaigrette.
Right, get it a little bit loose, yeah.
And that's about what we're looking for.
Gorgeous. It's cooked, but it's not too cooked. It
That's
still
right.
has lots of texture, lots of bite, and you still have the freshness of the greens.
And really the aroma on this dish,
Oh,
that's
wow.
what you get when it first hits the table.
Yeah, that is the wow
bacon,
factor.
The bacon, the shallots, and the vinegar all kind of hit your nose at the same time. Really nice combination.
Beautiful. And the next step is actually a take on a very, very classical French salad, which is, we're going to do a little bit of soft-boiled egg on there.
That's
correct?
right. Well, the traditional kilt salad, as we said, has hard-cooked egg in it. And
Right.
I think the beauty of a farm egg is a runny yolk.
Absolutely.
So we have these farm eggs from Jennifer Nicely at River Plains Farm. It's just over the Knox County border in Jefferson County.
Right. So again, locally sourced.
That's right. So we cook
Beautiful
these
product.
eggs in a water bath at a precise temperature, 140 degrees. Actually, we go 142 degrees on these eggs. They're a little larger. So these are perfectly cooked. The moisture from the white when it sets is trapped inside the shell. So we crack it into the bowl first, so we don't waterlog the salad. A little bit of salt, a little fresh cracked pepper.
And if you can see this, what we have here is the whites have set at this temperature, but the yolk is still delicious and creamy. It's a beautiful job, really nice. And it's going to just, it'll actually form a sauce when you break it
That's
onto
right.
the salad.
That's right. So, draining off the moisture, we put the farm egg right on top, and the dish is done.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That's just beautiful. It looks and smells absolutely delicious. The egg is perfectly cooked, and what will happen now when I put the knife through is that it will form, look at that. See, and that's really what you want to do, because it actually forms a sauce. It's like its own complete hollandaise sitting in there waiting to go. And then we have the greens, I want to get a wee bit of everything, because that's the best way to taste. Here we go. Oh yeah. Absolutely spot on. I can taste the sweetness of the shallot. The greens are still earthy. They still have crunch and body and substance. The creaminess of the egg running through it. Absolutely beautiful. And the vinaigrette is not so vinegary that it's taken away. It's just got enough acid. Beautiful dish. Matt.
Thanks so much.
Well done.
Yeah, pleasure.
Beautiful. Well, that was terrific. He's an interesting guy and he's a very good chef. Well, thanks for joining me on my little trip to downtown Knoxville. How about we go back to my kitchen and I'll show you what has inspired me to cook. Come on. We're at my home kitchen now, and I'm going to show you a little dish with Brussels sprouts. All I did here was, do you see these? These are just plain ordinary Brussels sprouts. I blanched them. And the one thing that's a wee bit important about this dish is I want you to make sure there's no residue, water, or liquid left in it. What we're actually going to do, we just cut these down in a rough chop, just like so. There's our Brussels sprouts. They go straight into our mixing bowl, just like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a little base sauce, which is going to go into this. Now, you can see here, all I've done in here is I've melted a couple of ounces of butter, real butter, in a nice heavy pot, okay? We're going to make a very basic white sauce. So I have here, let me show you this. This is a wee pot of milk, and to that I've added some clove, peppercorn, carrot, celery, onion, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to make a basic roux. You know what that is? It's the same quantity of fat to flour, all right? It's a very traditional basic sauce, and all we're going to do, we're going to add the same amount of flour as we have fat, in this case butter. And what we do is we make sure that we beat it into a nice smooth mass like this. Here's what I'm going to do now. The milk is steeped, full of flavor. The roux is ready. So what I'm going to do now is crank up the heat a little bit, take a little strainer, and one goes into the other, okay? You can hear the sizzle. And you can already see we have a fantastic, beautiful, luxurious white cream sauce. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the leavening agent into it. We're going to use egg whites, which is the traditional rising element in a souffle. Let me show you how to whip these. It's very simple. Into our beautiful warm bowl, mixing bowl, and our nice warm whisk, we are going to add our egg whites. See them? We're going to turn this fella on. And there she blows. And voila, that's it. Here's what you're looking for. See? Well, here I am. I'm back at the stove. And I'm getting my beautiful sauce that we made with, remember the milk with the aromatics and all that? Okay, I'm back, I have it. And we're going to grab ourselves a spoon. We're going to come here, we're going to assemble this fella now. The only seasonings that I want in it, this is a very natural sort of a dish. It's going to need a wee bit of salt, okay? This is very important. It's going to need, this is nutmeg. Now, most of you think this is only for baking. It's actually fantastic in any hard, intense green vegetable. So here comes the nutmeg. In it goes, look at that. See that? It's a thing of beauty. Here are the yolks that's separated. There's the whites, here's the yolks. I want 2 of these boys. You ready? There's those 2 right there. And they're going to go into my sauce. And now I'm going to assemble the dish because we really have all the components. Okay, what I'm going to do first, a spoonful of my white sauce into this. Now, here's what we're going to add. I have some absolutely gorgeous Parmesan. And that's going to go in right now. Look at that. Okay, so now we're going to add what is essentially the final phase. We're going to bring in and introduce, look at these beautiful, they're like clouds. Do you know that? Look at them. They're like clouds. And what I do, I just cut it in and over. in and over. I previously preheated my oven to 400 degrees and I got it screaming hot. You want to do that for about 15 minutes, okay? Now this is not a sweet souffle, so you don't have to flour it. It's just buttered and ready to go, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop it on in there, yeah? I want to come in here, and what I'm going to do is, with my thumb, I'm going to roll around like this, okay? I want to make sure that the souffle has room to grow. A little pinch of cheese on top, just like that. This will cook for about 25 minutes, okay? And you'll see it when it comes out. So away we go. Well, here's the punchline. Look at that thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. All these recipes you can get at our Facebook page for A Fork in the Road with Chef Garrett. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I'll see you a little bit down the road. A Fork in the Road with Chef Garrett is brought to you by Visit Knoxville. Surrounded by natural beauty and filled with over 600 restaurants from the bohemian to the upscale, Knoxville is a mix of small town charm and big city fun. To learn more about where to play, stay, dine, and all the events Knoxville has to offer, visit knoxville.com. And by viewers like you, thank you.